Directed by the will of the Father, Dante and his saintly guide swiftly ascended to a place where a wondrous thing drew to itself my sight, and therefore she from whom no care of mine could be concealed. Canto 2:25-27. Beatrice told him to transfix his mind upon the first celestial spirit of the Father's creation. Upon exiting the sphere of fire, the great Florentine poet saw that they were enveloped in a brilliant crystalline cloud. Though he was incarnate, Dante phased through the rigid lunar surface. As he gazed at the dark spots of the moon, Dante wondered as to what their origins were. These dark spots, now known as the lunar mare, formed a parabolic image known as the man in the moon. There was an Italian legend in which Cain had been transported to the moon and settled there with a bundle of either thorns or twigs. Dante shared this popular view. Upon asking Beatrice about the origin of the lunar mare and referencing the legend, the great Florentine poet was informed that this was a fallacy derived from presumptions through insufficient evidence in human reasoning. Rather, Dante was questioning about his perspective of the origin of the diversity in the lunar mare. Even he responded that he believed it was rarity and density. It was because of the rarity and density of its material. Dante was corrected through then scientific fact. The multitude of stars in the cosmos can be divided into quality, such as Sirius or Vega, or quantity, such as Sigma Scorpii and Alpha Cancri. If these stars were varied in rarity and density, they would have equality in quantity and quality. If the lunar mare was solely the result of the density or rarity of the moon's material, it would cause transparent portions of the moon. These transparent portions would be confirmed during lunar eclipses. Beatrice proposed that such density or rarity of the moon's material could result in some areas of the lunar surface being more like a slab of fatty meat. This leaves a question of why light is blocked during an eclipse and light is reflected otherwise. As it is not the rarity of the material that causes this, the moon's outer material must be reflective and solid. While it could be conjectured that the lunar mare is from sunlight being faintly reflected compared to sunlight in other areas, this conjecture is debunked by an elementary investigation with 3 mirrors. 2 of the mirrors were to be equal distance from the observer and each other. The third one was to be erected in the distance and a light behind the observer. The light would reflect in the same magnitude, even though the farthest mirror seems smaller than the other 2. Beatrice said that just as sunlight melts snow to water, so too impurities should be removed from Dante's intellect so that his mind will be returned to its primal state. Beatrice then gave Dante the organization of the heavens. The highest heaven in which the divine presence abides enthroned was it encapsulated the primum mobile. This sphere was the source of all virtue and everything Beneath this sphere was that of the fixed stars, each of which serves in a divinely ordained role. These stars received power to move directly from the angelic army. These two spheres then disseminated virtues down to the other heavens in the same way that a soul distributes its influence throughout the body. This is better understood as that the angels of the permeamobile influence the fixed stars through the dissemination of virtues. These virtues then were seen in planets which revolved around the earth. Light, which comes from the Father, therefore is reflected throughout the cosmos He created. This is not just figurative, as is meant in the context of the canto, but also literal. The Wilkinson microwave entropy probe has proven that there is microwave radiation that is virtually consistent throughout the observable universe. The microwave radiation, which is disconnected from any stellar system or object, is a form of electromagnetic radiation or a light. Known as the cosmic microwave background, this could be a literal meaning of how the Father's light permeates the universe.